All right, so it's been a long time since I did a video, and I'm actually going to upload it right now because I know if I don't, then it will never happen. But I was in San Diego just yesterday. We were there for like a week, actually 7 full days, 7 or 8 days. It was so nice. So nice. But at any rate, the Airbnb that we were at was in a nice location. It wasn't the fanciest of Airbnbs that we've been into, but it was nice, and it was very close to a lot of things that you needed to go to. You still needed a car, but if you wanted to walk around, it really wasn't that difficult. And that got me to thinking, there should be some sort of person telling folks when they're visiting Tacoma where to visit. I saw someone say, and I put it in one of the clips, in one of the shorts, where I heard someone call Tacoma SoBay or South Bay. And I thought that was kind of interesting because it is the South Sound. Commencement Bay, which is where they're getting that South and Bay together, it makes a lot of sense. And it seems like Tacoma is really starting to push the envelope when it comes to tourism. In fact, the Puyallup tribe of Indians, and I put the image on the screen here, on the thumbnail, the Puyallup tribe of Indians and Kenmore Air are starting to do tours around Tacoma at all these key points, including Mount Rainier and other things. It's a 30-minute guided tour. Not only that, but there are others. The Gritty City Tours, they do a lot of stuff about underground Tacoma, old stuff that you would never know about. Tunnels and the old city under there. It's a bunch of stuff. But at any rate, if you were staying in an Airbnb here in Tacoma, where would you stay? And I wrote it out because I gave it some good thought. I'm going to give you the 5 locations, right? Downtown is number 1. Why is it number 1? There's a lot of accommodations there. So if you wanted to stay in someone's apartment or condo or house that's kind of downtown adjacent, then absolutely it's a good idea. We had friends visit us a few years ago from Atlanta, and they chose an Airbnb, which was close to downtown. It was on the hillside, but basically overlooking downtown. You have a lot of great views from there on the hillside / downtown, whether you're going to be able to see out to the bay or see downtown. It's a great place. If you're into entertainment and dining and all those types of things, nightclubs, which we don't have a lot of, then downtown is going to be your place to go. So restaurants, things to do, downtown for sure. Number 2 would be the North End. North End is more hoity-toity. So you're going to be paying a little bit more. You got tree-lined streets. You know, it's very quiet, a lot of historic homes. So this is going to be for people who are wanting to use a car to get around and to see a lot of things. Probably if you want quiet, North End and nice, North End is pretty much where you want to go. Number 3 is Proctor. Proctor is one of these neighborhoods, again, very quiet. You're not going to find nightclubs and things like that, but you will find these small, charming shops and things like that, places to go eat and have coffee, things like that. Easy, walkable locations. Proctor is going to probably be your vibe. Again, you're going to need a car. Downtown, if that's all you're staying at, you really don't need a car if you're just visiting, and that's kind of where you're going to stay. Or you could probably Uber to certain places if you need to. But when you get to some of these other places, you're definitely going to want to have a car. Stadium District, which is basically downtown adjacent, if you will. Stadium District has a lot to offer because in certain parts of Stadium, it's kind of downtown-esque. And so you have all these different shops, bars. Again, if you're into bars and nightclubs, Stadium District you're going to see some of that. Not a lot, but you're going to see a lot of the Stadium Golf is there, stuff like that. You have that. It's a little bit more higher end. It's a lot of charming shops and things like that. Wright Park is not too far away. You can go down 6th Ave, which is technically not Stadium District, but 6th Ave has a lot of bars and clubs and little cool shops and all types of things, right? Number 5, and I combined these two, is Ruston and Point Defiance. Ruston Way is for people who love to hike, well, not hike, but like to jog and walk. There's a long area that you can go and see, the bay from there. Long way to go. If you're into shopping and dining and movies, things like that, this is the place for you. There's no nightclubs over here, but you're going to have a ton of things to do in terms of shopping. Again, it's a little bit more expensive neighborhood. Obviously, if you're going more towards the Point Defiance part of that, you have Dunes Peninsula, big, huge park with slides and everything else. You also have the zoo over there. You have a lot of different things that are over there that can keep you busy. When we're going up to Ruston Way, this is where Kenmore Air and the Puyallup Tribe of Indians have their float plane terminal. It's a float plane, by the way. So you go out on the water, it leaves out on the bay, and it flies around again for 30 minutes and lands. So this is, if you're looking for, you could be anywhere in Tacoma. You could probably go there and, rent this, obviously. But if you're staying in sorry, my robot is about to go. It's going to get loud. So if you're staying in Ruston Way or Point Defiance area, there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of nature to do. In fact, hold on one sec. Let me see if I can stop this guy. Okay. Stop it real quick. Okay, Google, stop. I know a lot of people are going to hate me just now because their Google's going to be mad. But at any rate, when we're talking about Point Defiance and Ruston Way, they're really, really good locations for you to actually choose. Obviously, the zoo has 2 aquariums, so obviously tons of stuff to do there. This is becoming our tourist area because Point Defiance, obviously, you got that. You got Point Ruston, that's big, and then you have Ruston Way. So all of that area, and Ruston Way is where like I said, that's where the Kenmore Air thing is going. That has a lot to do. So if you are renting an Airbnb for the weekend, wherever the case may be in Tacoma, these are the locations that I would probably choose. They're not in necessarily any order. I would say downtown, it depends on what you like, right? That's why they're not in order. But for me, if I was coming here, this is kind of the order that I would probably go in. For some, they like the Ruston Way area, Point Ruston. It's a little bit more higher end as well. You're going to have Old Town over in that area. So it's this is more of a huge area that you can kind of take a look at. And you're going to have, again, some historic homes over there. You're going to have a lot of new homes. A lot of them will overlook the bay. So depending upon what your price points are, this range, 1 through 5, is going to be able to do it for you. But anyhow, tell me what your thoughts are. Be sure to join the Discord, which is down in the description box below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, I will see you. Take care.